Welcome to Holly's Racing Fantasy. This is your hotspot for weekly NASCAR Cup Series race recaps, latest news, and of course, fantasy picks for the upcoming race. And now, here's your host and the voice of Holly's Racing Fantasy.
You know what I hate, John?
What do you hate?
Rain outs. I hate postponed races.
They are the absolute
worst because it screws
Seriously.
everything up. It screws up the order of everything. It screws up everybody's mojo.
Yep.
And it's
Fantasy picks, it screws up the worst.
Screws up everybody's fantasy picks. And I can't usually really watch it because it's on Monday. I have the job. I got the Monday job. I can't sit here and watch the NASCAR on the Monday. But of course, this week I had to take my son to the dentist for a cleaning, so I couldn't watch it anyway.
Right.
So John has the down low on what happened. But before we get to that,
sort of.
I mean, we did watch it on Sunday, which was, first delayed, and then it came back, and then it was like that dang Tyler Reddick was, did great. So
What will happen Sunday?
Please tell me, because I'm
Denny wrecked.
Yeah.
Denny wrecked himself.
He did wreck himself. Oh, that's right. He did wreck himself trying to, I'm going to get around Bubba Wallace here. My teammate that I own this guy, but I'm going to show him who's boss, just in case you forgot.
Yeah.
Because Denny can't just ride it along. Yeah. He's got to try to do weird SHIT.
Yep.
For no reason.
Yep.
And then he ended up in the grass.
Hurts himself.
Which he didn't really in the end.
Well, no.
But still.
Because he got back in it.
Yeah.
His car was back on for Sunday, and then Sunday was a total poop show.
Ugh.
So
I couldn't believe when I came back from the dentist and you're like, you won't believe.
Which is kind of like the same thing that Denny did. Well, Kyle Larson did the same thing. He wrecked himself he was like in his interview, I'm surprised, or I can see why NASCAR drivers want to punch him in the face sometimes. Because he's like, we're trying to get every point we need to get. Yeah, okay. So you're going to make a stupid, my French, stupid ass move.
Right. I have a list of everybody that he took out with that.
Okay, give me the list.
Oh my gosh. Oh, he lost control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't.
Exactly.
That's not what he said in the interview.
He took out Christopher Bell, Chase Briscoe, Chris Buescher, Todd Gilliland, Joey Logano, and Bubba Wallace.
Yeah.
And when I mean take out, Logano, Bell, and Gilliland, that was the end of their day. And Larson, of course.
Yep.
So, the rest of them were able, Briscoe, Buescher, and Bubba were able to continue, but, at what cost? Where did they end up, right?
Yeah. See, that's the thing that, I'm going to try to make one of my famous comparisons.
I love it. Go for it.
Right,
Go for it. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Right. It's kind of like him and Larson and Hamlin are cut from the same cloth.
Mm-hmm.
They are super talented, but they're also cocky and greedy.
Mm-hmm.
And that greed is what causes them problems.
Right.
Because why wreck yourself?
I know.
I mean, I don't understand that. I don't care. Yeah, they're 1 and 2 in the playoffs.
Right.
Right. But at the same time, why wreck yourself?
They're not 1 and 2.
For the playoffs?
Oh, yeah, they are for the playoffs.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Whatever, yeah.
I'm not talking about the regular season.
Yeah,
points.
okay, no. Go ahead. You're right. I'm sorry.
Still, okay, you're 1 and 2.
Right, exactly.
So you're better.
You're going. You're going to be in the playoffs.
Right. And if you're number 1, you're definitely going to make it past the first round.
Or 2.
So why are you acting like you're on the bubble? Why are you racing Bubba Wallace, Denny?
Right.
Why are you racing
everybody
Kyle
else?
Larson, everybody else? You're not even up front and you do this wreck.
Right.
And why?
I don't know.
I mean, that's good for your team.
That's true.
I mean, that's kind of that's what these, I don't know. I'm really going to start rooting for I'm going to start rooting for Suarez and Chastain and
I know
these guys, because these guys are meh. Like if I was Bubba Wallace, I'd be like, oh, Larson, could you come here for a minute? Hey, when you wrecked, bam.
He would too.
Because you just ruined, I'm on the bubble, dude.
Right.
I'm racing to get in the playoffs.
Right.
And you took me out of contention.
Right. I get it. I get it.
I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
my little rant.
No, it's all right. I get it. I totally agree.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
It's not like, and that's the problem that you see a lot is there's 200 laps left and these guys are racing like it's Phoenix in the final 5.
Absolutely.
It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I mean, is it exciting? I guess. Yeah. I mean, sometimes. You know what? You know who it's exciting for? The casual NASCAR fan. It's exciting for, oh, what's this? NASCAR? Well, let me see what they're up to. Right. It's not exciting for the real fans who really are paying attention to points and standings and positions and playing fantasy. This is who,
Right. And we're pulling for our favorite drivers.
Right.
So
it's not fun.
It's not really good for the sport, I don't think.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But it really, I almost threw something through my TV, which I wouldn't because it's a beautiful TV.
Yeah, right. Yes.
But I was just really, really upset with Kyle Larson.
I'm sure you were.
I'm done with this dude. I used to really pull for this guy.
Yeah, I know.
But you know what?
I know.
He's got a lot of DNFs because of that.
That's true.
You know
what? That's a good point.
You're a genius behind the car. You're gifted.
Very, yeah.
You're probably one of the best, but that greed,
I know.
You got to calm that down.
Right.
Because you got to learn to say, hey, you know what? I'll finish 7th. Who cares?
Because he goes to every track.
Like, if I don't finish first, then, I'm not, then forget it.
Because he goes to every track in the circuit, no matter whether it's late model or dirt or.
And whenever else is on vacation, that guy's racing.
Right. Or even when
he's
it's
in the
not.
mud. He's racing the mud.
Yeah, exactly. So he's used to just constantly being great, but.
Right.
Come on,
like,
man.
At what cost, though?
Right. Take it easy. Yeah. Take it easy. Why wreck yourself?
It's kind of like, you ever see like when you're watching football sometimes?
Yeah.
And like, there's like a guy running down towards the end zone.
Right.
Like for like 40 yards or whatever.
Right.
And he's got 3 guys on him and the quarterback decides to throw to him. Right.
Right.
This bomb, Hail Mary pass. But meanwhile, they showed the playback later and it's like, well, he had a guy like 20 yards in front of him wide open.
Wide open who could have ran it all the way
to ran it. Right. It's like, it's the show. It's like the greed. It's the like, won't this look amazing if I make this?
Right.
And it's like,
no, it's true.
Michigan, they were driving so fast. It's like, the draft and everything. It was just crazy.
I know. I know it was. It really was. Yeah. There was a lot of wrecking. There was a lot of wrecking. Which tells you how the lineup ended up.
Yeah.
The way it was. Yeah. Because there was a lot. Everybody went for a wild ride. Like, I still have to look up the Corey Lajoie.
Listen, I'm going to put I found the Lajoie crash on YouTube. So I'm going to put it in our description below.
Okay, everybody.
So people, if you want to watch it again, I'm going to put it in the description below. I'm going to start doing that every now and then if I find something that happened.
Okay.
If you're watching or you're watching.
Well, if you're listening, you're not going to see it anyway. So go to YouTube and you'll see it.
Go to YouTube.
That's a great
if you're
idea.
Watching us on YouTube, you could just look in the description and I'm going to put a link right to that crash.
Yes.
It's crazy.
I haven't had a spare minute to even look at it.
Now, I can't completely blame Corey Lajoie, though he's like so easy to blame.
Right, yeah.
But he got Noah Gragson like kind of came down.
Oh, that's what it's.
It's either he came down or he went up on the corner. And because of that draft, he just went head over on top of the roof, sliding down the track, hits the grass, but then he ended up on his, being normal, even though he was upside down.
Right. He just got out, right?
He just got up and he got out and went to the carrot and like 3 minutes later, like, yep, he's released from the center. And I
can't say enough about the safety protection in the cars and the equipment.
Crazy.
It's absolutely, it says he went aloft after contact with Noah Gragson.
Yeah.
So
no one's saying kind of
who contacted who.
Who contacted who, but he was in his corner panel. The left corner panel. So that's what I saw.
I believe it.
It was interesting.
I'm sure.
It was very cool.
I'm sure it was a little scary, and that's the kind of thing I worry about for Daytona, but we'll get into that.
Yeah, but his roof, like the roof of the car, it was fine. It didn't even collapse at all shrink in or anything.
That's great.
It just rolled up and it was like,
man,
it was cool to see the bottom of a NASCAR. It looks like a Matchbox car.
I bet I'm sure it does.
These cars are unreal.
I'm sure it looks exactly like that.
Yeah.
Let me give you the rundown. Obviously, Tyler, when all was said and done, Tyler Reddick won the race, which I have this policy in our fantasy league that if you forget to make your weekly pick, then you get whoever gets the pole. Yeah. And last week I had a bunch of people in my fantasy team who didn't pick. So they ended up with the pole last week, who was Denny Hamlin.
Yeah.
This week, since Denny Hamlin got the pole again because there was no qualifying, you have to go to the second person. So they all got Tyler Reddick. And I feel that's kind of unfair that you get to sit back and not pick and you get to get you get the winner.
You got to try to make your
I'm going to see about that change next year.
Yeah.
But anyway.
New rule. There'll be a new rule.
But anyway, there were actually a couple of people on my fantasy team who actually did pick Tyler Reddick. And kudos to them for having the foresight to say Tyler Reddick.
Yeah, Jack, our son picked him.
He did.
And I'm like, Jack, you sure you want Tyler Reddick?
I know.
And I was like,
he's hot.
Yeah.
Okay, William Byron came out of nowhere to get second.
I hope he wins. I hope because of that. You said is he leading now points with Larson?
Right now, Tyler Reddick is actually the regular season points leader.
Good.
The regular season points leader is Tyler Reddick.
I hope he wins.
Believe it or not, followed by Chase Elliott.
Wow.
Then Denny and then Larson.
Yeah.
And then Blaney.
Well, there you go, Larson. Was it worth it?
I know.
You're fourth.
Right. He dropped 3 points.
Yep.
For that.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
And the playoff picture, of course, like you said, Colin Denny. But as for the race, it was William Byron second. Ty Gibbs, I told you.
Yes, you did.
Bold pick Ty Gibbs was third. Kyle Busch was fourth.
Mm-hmm.
Brad Keselowski fifth. Chris Buescher was sixth. I can't remember if I had Chris Buescher in there. Daniel Suarez was eighth. He was also a bold pick. Zane Smith was seventh.
He got an interview after the race.
He did.
And he wouldn't stop talking.
He wouldn't stop talking. I thought this...
Like, I'm never on TV talking. I'm never in the top 10. So he's like... It's like... I'm like, you're like, who's that? I'm like, I don't even know.
Right. Then I knew, though. I said Zane Smith.
Then I fell asleep.
And then Denny Hamlin somehow came back to ninth to finish ninth.
Denny Hambone, even as bad as his car was.
Crazy.
And it got worse like on Monday. Like Sunday it was bad.
Right.
And then Monday it got worse, but he still
finished ninth.
Like Gabe Hart told him to like they did some pit strategy and they pushed it and he said follow this lane or this track. And then he did and it got him. I mean,
I know. The two of them are something else.
Yeah.
And then finishing out the top 10 at number 10, Carson Hocevar.
Horsevar.
That's a second. Last week he was 8th. This week is 10th.
Good for him.
I know. Keep an eye out for that guy next year.
Yeah.
But and Ryan Preece was 11th. That's and Noah Gragson was 12th. So it's like you can see how this all played out.
Yeah.
What happened to everybody,
Right. Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing there. So, even getting back to that top 10 list right there.
Yeah.
Good day for Kyle Busch.
It was a
rebound race.
It was a good day for Kyle Busch.
Yes.
Rebound race indeed.
Yes.
Let me see.
He won a stage point. He won the second stage point.
He did.
And he came in good. And he was in a position to win it.
Right.
At one point.
Okay.
And before all the freaking
I know.
Caution flag.
It did. It was pretty crazy.
Caution.
He's got to win to even get in. Oh, he's 18th. Yeah. He's 93 points below the cutoff.
He's got to win. He can't get in on points.
Of course, right now.
Yeah.
Well, we'll go to the NASCAR.
Yeah, we'll do that.
NASCAR news.
Sure.
I'm trying to see if they made any updates with Austin Dillon.
Okay, are you going to the news now?
I am.
Or wrapping up the race?
No, all right. Do you have anything else to say about the race?
Well, that's what I'm trying to say. We got to be clear what we're doing.
I am being clear. That's why I'm asking you. I paused. I'm taking a pause.
Okay.
And I'm asking you if you have anything else.
Because I can't see you.
I know you can't.
No, I can't see you. So you have to tell me what we're doing.
I can't see you either.
Yeah.
So you know what? Do you have anything else to say?
No, I think that pretty much wraps up Michigan. It's a super fast track, and wow, it's almost like Daytona and Talladega.
I know.
Which I never
it's
realized.
a super speedway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I mean, I know it's a super speedway.
I know, but they don't
really is. It's like they don't really promote it like
right.
one.
That's the funny thing. That's
so
the thing you never know.
Like, oh my God, that's right. This is like a super fast poop show of
a speedway.
A speedway.
Okay, so let's go to
the news.
Let's go to the news,
right.
which this is what's happened since, and
some things happened last week that,
of course,
because we missed it on our Tuesday,
on our Tuesday broadcast
recording.
Okay, so I'm going to start with just a little bit of the AJ Allmendinger is coming back to the Cup Series full time next year.
Okay,
he's going to be racing the number 16 full time with Kalig Racing.
That's awesome.
Kalig Racing.
He's a good racer. He deserves it.
He
good
is.
For him.
I know. I'm so excited because remember last time he won? Yeah. Did I already say that? How he was crying?
Yeah.
Because he was like, you never know when it'll happen again. And then he went.
Yeah.
They went down. for this season, but he's coming back next season.
That's awesome.
So it's pretty exciting. I'm looking forward to the dinger.
Yeah.
Coming back to the Cup.
The almond dinger.
The almond dinger.
Sounds like a candy. I always said it sounds like a candy
It does.
bar, and I want to eat one.
Oh, I want a candy bar.
An almond dinger.
An almond dinger.
Right?
Yum. Yes. Like a Mars bar.
I have to burp off the side of the mouth.
Don't you have a cough drop?
No, I don't. I got to get one.
You got to get one. I burp all the time.
Well, I'm in the studio. I could just push the mute button. So I don't really
Oh, that's true. Okay.
Because I'm still full from my liquid dinner.
John's full from a quarter cup of potato salad.
I feel full.
I know.
Yeah, anyways.
I know. I'm sorry, honey.
That's all right.
Why don't you talk about the Kurt Busch news?
Kurt Busch was arrested for DUI. And, well, I saw it on the Charlotte news, so I'm assuming that's where all the shops are around there somewhere.
Right. Yes, they're in Concord and all
almost
that.
Almost double the limit. As they said, it was the limit in North Carolina is 0.8.
0.08.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Like, well, 0.8. 0.08. And he was, what, 0.16, I think?
Yeah. 0.17.
Or 17.
God.
Come on.
Don't drink and drive. Anybody. That's all yous out there. Don't drink and drive. Call an Uber. Especially these days, there's really no reason.
Yeah.
With Ubers and Lyfts everywhere, there's no reason to drive.
Yeah. Or at least make it interesting. Like if you're going to do a DUI, do it on a moped or something.
Or do some donuts
or
in the parking lot.
On an electric bike. Like you're coming home wasted on an electric bike or on a moped.
Do you know how dangerous that is?
Well, I mean,
I get you.
It'd be more or unicycle. la, 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 la.
You know what?
Right? It's kind of ride a unicycle or something with the DUI.
It's true.
But I love Kurt.
I know I do too.
Kurt's, I'm pulling for you, Kurt.
I know, Kurt.
We're praying for you.
We're praying for you, Kurt. Go to AA, get yourself straightened out. You'll be all right.
Go to AA or just, be careful.
Just don't drink and drive.
Yeah.
Drink at home.
Yeah. Make Denny drive you home.
No kidding.
You're probably coming home from a 2311 meeting.
Probably.
He works for them.
Yeah. Or make Reddick drive you home.
Or Jordan.
Or someone.
I'm sure Jordan's got a driver.
Michael Jordan give you a ride home. But yeah, that's true. Get his driver to drive you home.
Yeah.
Okay. Right? Now let me tell you something. Okay, so let's talk. Let's get into the elephant in the room. Let's talk about the Austin Dillon penalty, which we didn't talk. We didn't say that a penalty could come out, but guess what? It did.
I know we should have mentioned.
We should have mentioned it because we talked about it off screen.
Yeah, we did, but we forgot to mention. What if there's a penalty?
Yeah, well, there is. There was.
Well, there is, and now he's appealing.
Yeah, I think the appeal is done because as of yesterday, he was still showing in the playoff picture.
Okay.
He is not now.
Oh, I just looked at it like an hour ago.
Did you really?
Yeah, he was still there.
No, you might have saw Austin Cindric in there. Oh. Maybe, but I'm looking at it right now, and he is no longer there. So Ross Chastain is bumped up above the cutoff line.
Okay. Well.
Yeah.
What do you want to say about it?
I was just going to
go first.
Okay. No, we'll talk about the standing. Well, no, we're right here. Let me wrap it up. So right now, Ross Chastain is one above. Bubba Wallace is one below.
Yeah.
So.
Thanks to Kyle Larson.
Right. So we got to get, and Kyle Busch is like 93 below. So, so that's the thing. So these are the people on the bubble right now, which you'll probably be seeing on the ticker right now.
Yeah, we have a ticker. That we talked about last week a little bit.
Did we talk about it?
I don't know if we did.
I don't think we did. John put the ticker in.
Yeah,
I was so excited.
Now.
There's a ticker. John's going to have the running order going, the playoff bubble.
And anything else I can, as I keep going here, because the show comes out on Friday.
Right. You guys see the show on Fridays. Yes.
We're recording the show Tuesday.
Yes.
So if we talk about something, you can always look below.
Yes.
Because you might be able to see something updated. Like last week, I did have Austin Dillon off of the playoffs, even though he was technically in when we recorded the show. So you will see up-to-date ticker stuff on Friday because I won't do the ticker till Thursday.
Great idea.
Okay.
Great idea.
Yeah. So you might catch a little up-to-date stuff, and I'm going to try to put some links in there to some YouTube videos and things like that.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
And now there's only 2 races left in the regular season. 2 races. We are at Daytona, which is going to be a shite show.
Oh, of course.
A nighttime race at Daytona in the middle of summer. Are you kidding me?
The Daytona Pooper 500.
You wait till you see my picks. And then
don't pick Kyle Larson.
We have Darlington. Don't pick Kyle Larson.
Yeah.
Then we have Darlington. Wow. And then that's it. And then the playoffs start in Atlanta. But let's go back to the Austin Dillon.
Okay.
You have a lot to say about it.
I think NASCAR did the right thing.
You know what? I do too.
That's going to be my final opinion because
I do too.
You have to set
a precedent.
You do. if that's okay.
Yeah.
Or if they didn't, if they let him in, then I guess that's okay too. It's like, okay, then it's going to be really like WrestleMania out there.
But there have been people that have bumped people in the past, and they've been penalized for it.
Yes.
Which Denny Hamlin and Bubba Wallace come to mind.
Yeah.
And Matt Kenseth come to mind.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's all in the approach too.
Okay,
like if you're, like you said, if they were like neck and neck, or,
right? If it was on the restart and there's Joey and Austin and they're both right there together,
and he taps his corner panel and moves them and gets, that's racing. That's cool.
Right.
I think that's all right.
Right. Driving up four cars
with no brakes,
and then taking out the leader, and then when Denny Hamlin gets by you, then you take.
He took Denny out too.
Yeah. So
he acts like that was an accident, but then he knows it wasn't he too.
Right, exactly. So, and it's fine. I understand it. I get it. I'm a hothead. Yeah. I don't know if I would have done the same thing. Maybe if it has been that long. I mean, so
the other side of that is, yes, they are in a position where, they're so desperate to win.
Right.
But then I thought But then I thought something like said, no matter what.
Yeah.
I think someone on NBC said on Monday. He still got his team because he gets the win.
Okay.
Even though he's not getting the playoff spot.
Okay, right.
But it's like $2 million.
Yeah.
So he's still going to get $2 million.
Jeepers creepers.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So maybe that is worth.
I get it.
Maybe if you risk the playoff,
that's
true. You still, you won a race.
The payola.
And next year it looks like, hey, at least you won a race and for sponsors.
True.
Because he has not done good at all this year.
No. But strangely enough, he's very good at Daytona.
Yes.
So we'll get to that later.
Well, I'd say he's lucky at Daytona.
Well,
sometimes I feel when people say they're really good at Daytona, it means, well, they're stuck in the back the whole time. And then like once all the car wreck, then he's good at avoiding wrecks at Daytona.
You know
and
what?
At the end,
That's true.
That has a chance to win.
That is true. That's possible too.
That's who you pick.
That's
for Daytona.
possible too.
Yeah.
But, that's what you got to do. You've got to be very strategic with Daytona.
Yes, you
because
do.
you know what? Your Kyle Larsons and your Denny Hamlin. Okay, even though Denny has won 3 times.
Yeah.
He's either won or DNF'd. I mean, it's not like he's amazing at this track.
Right.
So.
But he's good at avoiding wrecks, right?
Yeah, he is. Yeah. But look at how he's been.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I can trust him.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd trust him this time around.
You know who I can't trust?
Who's that?
Alex Bowman.
Who is also good at Daytona.
He's good at Daytona, but man, that guy was going backwards
hard
on Monday.
I know. Alex Bowman was going.
It was like he was right up front too on the restarts. He's like, wow, that guy's like, I'm like, oh, he might save my day for my fantasy.
I know.
And it's like he's going backwards, and now he hit the wall.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah.
Thanks, Alex.
We forgot to get out the violin.
At the Ally.
I know.
Racetrack with your sponsor.
Right.
You're going backwards and hitting the wall.
Yeah.
LA's going.
Boy, if it wasn't for that 48 name recognition.
Yeah.
Actually, honey, this was the FireKeepers Casino 400.
Oh, was it?
It was.
I thought I saw Ally on the grass.
The Ally 400. I thought I did too, but maybe they were just a sponsor.
Maybe a sponsor.
That was Nashville was Ally. But you know what?
But I think I saw
I think you're right.
Grass.
You're
it
right.
must have been like a sponsor.
You're right.
Spot.
Yep,
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. But now I'm completely.
Well, I have to throw you off.
Yes, you absolutely
You gotta relax.
do.
Would you relax? Have a glass of wine. Slow down.
Okay, so who else got a penalty this week? Or last week?
Joey. Joey Logano.
He did for pulling into that pit stall and.
Yeah, it's Joey Logano.
Burning out. But what did he say? He didn't care. He said he wrote off a check and.
Yeah.
$50,000. Can you imagine?
He just wired it.
I wired $50,000. Whatever.
$50,000.
Whatever.
He said the bank name too.
Oh. Was it PNC Bank?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's just saying, and so I asked you. I go, do you think Penske pays that fine? As a team. And then it's like, I guess not.
Guess not.
Joey's like, yeah, I just wired him the money. It's like, wow.
I know.
But he was like, yeah. He said he kind of felt like it was like I didn't have control of my car. He's like, I had control of my car. He's like, I wasn't going to run somebody over.
Yeah, exactly.
He was just,
I know. It's true.
Yeah. It's like they have to use their cars. It's like the Cars movie. Like they should just put eyes on them. Like Joey had eyes on the windscreen, and you know what I mean? Though
that'd be fun.
Yeah,
that'd be funny.
Because that's what they're like. They're like they have to use their cars. Like
they do.
They kind of don't become them anymore. It's like
that's true. They're
cars with eyes.
They're an extension of their car.
Windshield eyes.
Windshield eyes.
Right. Windshield eyes.
All right.
Yeah.
Was that it for the NASCAR news? Oh,
I think
dang it.
for
See, there was
now.
something I was going to mention about this race that we didn't talk about. That,
In Michigan?
yes. But then you started talking about the Ally Bank
Yeah.
thing.
That grinds my gears.
No, my gears are grinding because then you're like Ally Bank and Alex Bowman, and then I had to look it up and
Yeah.
I don't remember. Oh, your violin.
Oh, my violin for Martin.
Yes.
Can we really get the violin out?
Jesus.
I mean, seriously.
I mean, maybe you're gonna have to play something on the acoustic because
I might because
Martin,
poor Martin.
he was doing great. That's what
I thought he was going to win it.
when I came in, you're like, don't worry, Martin Truex Jr. is doing really good.
Yeah.
And then what happened? The tire went down or something.
Yeah.
I don't know if
The tire
there was
went
so
down.
much going on
Yeah.
that I don't remember what they said happened.
Yeah.
I think it was. I'm sorry. I got my. Let me turn my fan off. I'm having a hot flash because
See, that's why
it's cool to be
NASCAR
50.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
I thought I heard that.
Well, I'm 50 something.
I'm 50 years old.
50 years old. But hot flash. So, I don't know. Do you have anything else you want to say about NASCAR news or the
No, I don't.
or the race recap?
No, because that's kind of like we blend these two sections together.
We do.
You know, last week's race
It's
and the
true.
news and what's going on.
It's true.
And, what's going on in the news today.
I'll tell you what's going on in the news today. Corey Lajoie flipped over 10 times, landed on his roof, and got up, and he was okay.
But it was,
That's what's going on in the news today.
that's basically, hey, we should do it that way.
I know. Yeah.
No, but I think, all in all, it was a fun race to watch.
Yeah.
Not if you were playing fantasy.
No, because
you're
you
like
and
having
I
a heart attack.
got the highest points this week
Yeah, I know.
because I cap it at 15. Like
Yeah.
if your drivers all suck out and you
Suck what?
I almost did too.
You almost said
If your
it.
drivers all suck out, I cap you at 15 points. You don't have to get more than 15.
Yeah.
So you and I both had 15. We've got the podcast show,
Yeah.
but we did the worst.
We do the worst, yeah.
But
But that's,
hey, we could have just decided not to pick, and we would have been okay with Tyler Reddick.
yeah.
But hey, it's fun. I don't care.
Next time I'll take the
I don't
take
care.
the poll.
But you know what's funny is my mom is now in second place,
Yeah.
which is great because you know what? She only just started watching NASCAR a few years ago, and she joined our fantasy league. I think this is her third year, and the first year she did terrible because
This is her second year.
no, it's her.
Or it's her third year.
It's her third year, and she just moved into second place.
right.
God bless her. But the guy who's first place will never be caught. I swear.
No, I don't think so.
He's got having the best season ever.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we go. Let's go to who you like and why.
Let's go to who do you like and why.
There's not much.
Okay.
Okay, it's just our usuals.
Okay.
So let's do that.
All right, let's do
Okay.
it. Okay.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Sorry, I was dancing.
Yeah.
Okay. Who do you like and why?
Who do you like and why?
Rose says it's very hard to pick because it's Daytona.
Yeah.
And she's probably just going to pick whoever I have in my picks.
Yeah,
But she
it's
did
tough.
say Brad Keselowski or Kyle Busch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
It is tough.
Yeah.
And then Scott has a bunch of information.
Yeah.
He said the popular pick, of course, would be Denny and Blaney.
Right.
Maybe Bubba.
Right.
But he's picking Kyle Busch for the win,
Yeah.
which cracks me up. It'll crack me up when you see my picks.
Yeah. I can't wait.
So we will see what really happens.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. It's not. That's all we got this week.
Yeah.
For
And
who do
which
you like and why?
Kyle Busch would definitely set up an interesting Labor Day Darlington race because if Kyle Busch won,
Yeah.
that's going to, everybody on the bubble is going to be like, plunk.
I would love to see Kyle Busch win.
I actually would too.
That would be the best.
That would be funny.
You know what? I might just pick him. I think I'm gonna.
Are you really?
Yeah.
You
I got
sound like
nothing to lose.
You sound like an old I'm picking it.
I'm telling you.
I'm doing
I'm
it.
saying right now. Then you're gonna say, "Who'd you pick?" I picked that asshole Kyle Larson.
I'm picking Larson
I
again.
picked Larson, and he screwed me again.
He's screwing everything.
Only I can lose with Larson.
It's
Right?
kind of true.
But it's true.
It is true.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
who you like and why.
Yeah.
And
A little
I'm
short
good
this week.
It's short this
Yeah.
week. I'm gonna go to my picks now.
Ooh.
And I'm gonna tell you guys who I'm gonna pick.
I can't wait to hear him.
It's a little crazy,
I can't wait.
but it's a crazy race.
Hey.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
All right. I'm coming. I'm
Okay.
coming right back.
I'm coming right back.
All right,
With
yep.
your picks.
With my picks.
All right. Coming
All
up.
right.
Okay.
While fantasy sports betting can be fun, gambling can be a serious issue. If you or someone you know has a gambling addiction and wants help, Call or text the National Problem Gambling Hotline at 1-800-GAMBLER. That's 1-800-GAMBLER. Standard text and data rates do apply. You can also visit them online at ncpgambling.org.
These are my NASCAR Cup Series fantasy picks for the Coke Zero Sugar 400 at Daytona International Speedway. And that's a Sunday night race, folks, and it's going to be on NBC. First up, let me preface this by saying it's a night race. It's a hot race. It's a busy race. We're getting down to the last two races before the playoffs. Crazy people are on the bubble, and I mean crazy in a wild driver way. So bear with me. Don't expect the usual suspects to win this race. These are my brilliant picks. Chris Buescher. Chris Buescher has 1 win at Daytona, 5 top 5s, and 7 top 10 finishes. And he's not going to go down without a fight. He may be just over the bubble, but you can't guarantee anything if you're only 1 to 10 points up. So don't count him out. If anybody, he's got the ability to do it and the experience. And keep an eye out for Chris Buescher in Daytona. Next up, the usual Bubba Wallace. Bubba has a really good record at Daytona. 5 top 5s, 5 top 10s, no wins, but the time is coming for him. Shoot yourself out of the cannon, man, and do what you got to do to get in the playoffs, because this is probably your best chance. Kyle Busch. Because you know what? He's got to win, but he's got 8 top 5s. And 12 top 10s. That means he knows how to get around this track. That means he knows how to avoid the bit. I mean, he has some DNFs, but you know what? He knows how to avoid it. And I feel like he's kind of hot right now. I feel weird saying that about Kyle Busch, but I swear to God, I swear I'm not picking him again until if he loses, I'm not picking him again. So as long as nobody plows through him, he'll plow through everybody else. Okay? All right. Let me see. Bold fantasy picks. Austin Dillon. I know you can say, well, he got love, but he's got 2 wins here. 2 wins, 4 top 5s, and 9 top 10s. Now that he's not in the playoffs, I bet he's going to try real hard to get back in. And this is probably his best track to get into it. So, you know what? It's not impossible. Think about Austin Dillon when you set your fantasy lineup. Next up, another Austin Cindric. He's already in the playoffs too, because he has a win this season. But another win, give him a strong foothold for the future. His numbers here are really good. And the only time he's really finished poorly here since he's been up in the Cup Series is when he got tangled up in an accident, which was twice. Other than that, he's had solid finishes and a win here. So think about Austin Cindric, the Penske boy, when you set your lineup too. And last but not least, hear me out, because I always have to have a wild, bold pick. And this is John Hunter Nemechek. That's right. JHN from Legacy Motor Club. He's never finished worse than 12th place at Daytona since he's been up in the Cup. He's got 1 top 5 and 2 top 10s. And you know what? He's a youngin'. He'll be able to stay up late to run this race in the dark. So if you've got nobody else to pick, don't sleep on John Hunter Nemechek. Honorable mention, I know, Alex Bowman. He's been really good here, and if he can make it through, he'll run in the back till he can get through all the wrecks, and then he'll just cruise in for the win, maybe. So let me run that down for you one more time. The Coke Zero Sugar 400 at Daytona International Speedway. My brilliant picks are Chris Buescher, Bubba Wallace, and Kyle Busch. My bold picks are Austin Dillon, Austin Cindric, and John Hunter Nemechek, with an honorable mention to Alex Bowman. So you know what? You don't know. It's a throw your hat in the air and hope it comes down with a chocolate bunny in it and see what happens. But enjoy the race, because those are my NASCAR Cup Series fantasy picks, and I am sticking to them.
Interact with Holly's Racing Fantasy on YouTube or Facebook. Just search Holly's Racing Fantasy on each to find us. And don't forget to tell us who you like and why every Wednesday before each race. You can comment on the current HRF episode on YouTube or reply to my Monday night post on Facebook. Thanks.
Well,
Yep.
looks like that's the end.
That's the end of our show.
The end of our show.
What episode is this? 26?
Oh, I don't know. 27,
27?
28, something up there.
No.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of shows.
Yeah.
I
Every
closed
week.
out the show list, so I'm not sure which one is. But every
Yeah.
But it's exciting. You know what? It's been a good season.
Yeah.
I didn't get the
We're
merch.
almost done with the regular season, but we'll,
Okay, this is episode 26.
That's what I said.
That's what you said.
That's what I said. You never
You're
listened
right.
to me.
You know what? We were going to get some merch this year, but you had to go and get the big C.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. Thankfully, you're heading back around from that. But next year we'll get some merch.
Yeah.
I'm getting a mug. I swear to God, I want a nice black. Wouldn't that look cool, everybody? A black coffee mug with the HRF logo on it.
Yeah. We're gonna
Maybe
do
a little
it.
drink. A little drink.
We'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know. I know. We're gonna see. I'm looking at some distributors.
Yeah.
Okay. So, do we have
What
anything
else is going on to close out?
Well, let me just say that, yes, this is the last time you're going to be on NBC, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time
Okay.
on Sunday. Wait, it's a Saturday night race.
You're just figuring that out?
I am just figuring it out. I said Sunday. It's Saturday.
Oh, yeah. It's because they like to have that Sunday for a backup day.
Bugger it.
Yeah.
Saturday night, everybody. I hope nobody closed out of here saying all they do is bullshit for the rest of the for the rest of the show.
Don't rely on us for times.
Well, Saturday
We're
night.
not into time, man.
I'm not into time.
I'm not into time.
Man. That's why I go through it at the very end.
Yeah.
So it's on NBC Saturday night at 7:30 p.m.
Wow.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Though. And then you're on USA all the way till October.
Wow.
I know. So you got to pay for cable and stuff.
Yeah, you gotta
Bummer.
subscribe to somebody.
Subscribe to something.
Yeah.
And there ain't a lot that carry USA. You can get like Sling and YouTube, but
Sling is good though.
Sling is the cheapest bet.
Cheapest, yeah. If you wanna
If you want USA,
go for Sling.
go for Sling.
Yeah.
Okay, John. So
Yeah.
you know what? We got a little bit of a week to get through,
Yeah.
and next week's going to be good, and then it's going to be Labor Day weekend and September, and you know, it's crazy.
It's crazy, man.
Time flies.
Time flies when you're flying low.
Time flies when you're flying low.
Time flies when you have a big concrete tumor in your stomach.
Oh, I'm sorry. John's digestion is still not right.
No.
He still can't quite adjust.
And I get to have an MRI in a couple days.
Yes, Thursday is the MRI, just to final check everything.
Yeah.
So keep us in, well, by the time you see this, it'll be over.
Yeah, we'll tell you.
Yep, and I get to have my ultrasound on Friday.
Yeah.
So once this week is over,
Hope it's a boy.
that would be a divine miracle.
Yeah.
That would be a divine intervention.
That'd be like, wow.
That's impossible for many reasons.
Yeah.
Let's just say I don't got the equipment anymore.
She lost the gear on tour.
I lost the gear in 2017.
She lost the gear truck.
That was my experience with surgery.
Yeah.
My experience with surgery is a little bit different.
Yeah.
It's a little bit different than yours.
Yeah.
But you know what? Every day is a better day.
Yes.
You know, every day is a better day. Everybody count your blessings. Everybody count if you're having a good day and you can get out of bed and you're healthy, count on it. Because you ain't got nothing without your health.
No, you don't.
I probably repeat myself every week.
Yeah, like that lady who died today. Was she 117?
The oldest lady in the world died today. She was 117.
100, that's biblical. That's like Moses.
That is biblical.
Yeah.
I know. She lived through both world wars, the Spanish War, the flu, the 1918 flu outbreak, and COVID.
She got COVID.
Yeah. And she lived through it.
And she lived through it.
Yeah, and she just finally passed away.
Yeah.
And now on the Michael Kay show, Peter Rosenberg mentioned it, but he said it was a man. And I'm like, man,
It's a woman.
It was a woman, honey.
Yeah.
Should have called into the show.
Yeah.
But now the oldest man, the oldest person in the world is a man now.
Oh, okay.
Now that goes to a 116-year-old in Japan, I think.
Well, there you go.
I know.
Man, you got to eat more Asian.
I won't take. Yeah, and she lived in Spain.
Okay.
Because you know what, the oldest people the oldest people in the world, they ain't living here.
They ain't living in the
oldest
United
people in the
States,
world are in different countries because they eat better.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't want to live to be that old.
Nah.
I just want to get me in my 80s.
Yeah.
Get me up to like 85.
Yeah.
I'll be good.
I take it. I'd like to be in my 80s.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
I'd take that.
I think that'd be perfect.
Yeah.
And then, peacefully pass in my sleep.
In your sleep.
And then I'll be, to be absent with the body is to be present with the Lord.
Or not, it's best, but it's best to die in your sleep and hopefully not like a Stephen King novel. Because I'm reading the latest Stephen King novel, You Like It Darker, which is like all the short stories, and their deaths are just horrible. Getting eaten by an alligator.
I'm getting murdered by rattlesnakes.
Having a heart attack. Rattlesnakes killing little kids.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, thanks, Stephen King.
He's pretty intense.
And the man's alone. The wife died before the man.
Yeah.
The old man's like, so I'm like, wow, maybe that does happen sometimes.
I guess it does happen sometimes. It's not always the man who dies first. Sometimes,
not always.
Sometimes the woman leaves and the man is alone. I hope that's not the case. Let's die at the same time. Ready? We'll hold hands. We'll go 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. We'll put rocks in our pocket. And we'll walk into the ocean.
No, God, that's a horrible way.
Wasn't that in a movie or something?
That was in The Boy.
The Boy.
The movie The Boy.
The Boy, yeah.
Eesh, no, that's terrible.
Eesh.
We'll hold hands and we'll just expire at the same time.
Yeah.
And then we'll wake up and,
Yeah. At least I won't pull a Scott Peterson.
Oh, that's a documentary for the ages. Oh my God. We watched the Netflix one. We binged all 3 episodes.
Yep.
And now we're going to binge the Peacock one.
Yes.
Because that's just...
And then we'll draw our own conclusion next week. So
we'll draw our own
come
conclusion.
in next week and we will give you what we think. Did he or did he not do it?
We need a new podcast that has that. Talk about that.
Did he do it?
Did he?
Did he do it?
There was no sexy booth talk because it was raining.
Yeah.
Oh, it's raining.
Oh, it's raining every day. Rain cools you down.
Where's your white t-shirt?
Oh, rain on a helmet.
You make me laugh.
Yeah.
All right, we're extending. Holy shite.
Yeah.
Okay, you know
All
what
right.
though? Everybody wash your hands.
Wash your hands, wipe your butts.
Wipe your butt, take a breath,
Yeah.
relax,
Yeah.
and stay healthy, stay safe, and race on.
Race on.